Please give me 5 minutes or less to explain to you why I feel that quality does matter, especially in my IT courses. I promise to share some ideas and suggestions and to give you access to some resources that will be of direct help to you in facilitating your students' learning. This particular workshop is focused on course overview and introduction. My intention is to create other workshops on other pertinent topics that will involve quality matters and my IT lab. So let's get started. Why is this important? I could talk about many topics here, but I'll limit myself to just 4. We all know the power of first impressions. I tell my students you can only make a first impression once. Your students will have a lasting memory of what they see first in your My IT lab. Make sure it's clear, correct, and consistent. Be sure to set high expectations for your students, but be compassionate and understanding too. This tool is meant to save both you and your students time. If the organization, requirements, and assessments are well thought out and tested, this will prove to be true. Remember that each of your students may have a different learning style. Studies show that oftentimes the instructor's learning style is much different than their students'. Be sure to allow various options for different learning styles. Even consider asking your students to take a learning styles inventory so they can have the tools to take charge of their own learning. My name is Arda Zathmary. I am on sabbatical for fall 2007. My project involves updating my online courses to include multimedia and other learning objects. My husband and I have been married for 37 years and we have 4 adult children. I am an active member of the TLT group and enjoy working with other colleagues in numerous projects. What is my IT lab? Think of web application, database, interactive tutorials, online assessments, gradebooks, Web 2.0. This is owned and published by Prentice Hall. They have been developing this tool for over 3 years, and it maps specifically to their own textbooks on Office 2007. Instructors have all kinds of objects that they can add to the content to make it their own. Also, Prentice Hall makes content from many books available to the instructor, not just the one adopted. It is much more than an e-pack for Blackboard or WebCT. Do you know what your students should be doing, but they just aren't doing it? Yes, it could be that they're not really devoting the time to learn the system. I can remember back in the day when all we had to teach them about a mouse was click and double click. Solitaire was my training tool of choice, and I assigned them 45 minutes of solitaire before the next class meeting. Yes, things have changed quite a bit, but they still need to poke around your course. You might consider hiding Easter eggs or awarding extra credit. One of my first extra credit assignments is to email the instructor a copy of the grading criteria. Yes, it is on the course format. Yes, they can copy and paste. Is my IT lab an LMS or CMS? It depends, but it surely is much more than just an assessment tool. Require your students to get familiar with the course, support sites, and context-sensitive help early before they need them. Create a folder that has the important information for your class. Name it something like Start Here, Begin, or Welcome to CISC 110. In that folder, place all those things you would normally hand out on the first day. Save a tree, or let your students kill their own tree if they need it in printed format. Consider using HTML or PDF format to eliminate any software incompatibilities before they happen. Update the documents as needed throughout the semester and point the students to the new documents using announcements or email. What else should you include in that folder? Consider writing a dialogue or perhaps create a table with screen snapshots and descriptions of the use of tools. Students can use this as a handy reference throughout the semester. Take time to explain the learning theory and pedagogy of design. Let them know why they are asked to do things. Include objectives and rubrics. Talk about professional behavior in communication tools. Don't expect them to know. Set the ground rules. Let them know when they can expect response from you for both email and grading of materials. Let the students know who you are, where you are, etc. Share with them facts that will give them confidence in your knowledge, yet makes you approachable. Student-faculty interaction is a key to success. Require the students to give some type of introduction of themselves to others. Student-to-student interactions are normal in a face-to-face class. When students work online, they need the same contact and support. Don't become the single source of all information for your course. Let the students collaborate and enjoy the course. Try to anticipate and therefore avoid problems. If the student should have certain prerequisites, let them know. If there are no prerequisites, be prepared to deal with that too. If there are hardware-software requirements, let them know ahead of time, and make sure that the college provides open lab space for out-of-class work. It's nice to have a list of FAQs for your course. If you don't already have one, start collecting today. No need to answer the questions separately for each student. One trick is to anonymize the question and then send the question answer out to everyone. In the subject line, put question from student / response from instructor. Student does not feel embarrassed asking silly questions, but all the students learn the answer. I have found it as an effective last assignment in the course for the students to give hints to the students that follow. Sometimes this has helped me to find out and eliminate problems or bottlenecks that I didn't even know existed. Use these links to get to valuable resources about the topic. My email address is zathmar@bucks.edu. Please email me if you have questions or comments. Thank you.